Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're going to be taking a look at something you specifically requested.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, a deep dive into Python.
Awesome.
You've sent us like a ton of research articles.
Wow.
Clearly, you're interested in going way beyond just the basics.
Yeah.
And trust me, we're going to find some seriously fascinating stuff.
Looking forward to it.
We're talking about a programming language used by like everyone, from scientists analyzing huge amounts of data to web developers building, the sites we use every day. It's pretty crazy.
What's remarkable about Python is how it's managed to become so versatile and widely used across so many different fields.
Okay, so let's start by unpacking the origins of this fascinating language.
Okay.
Our sources point to a Dutch engineer named Guido van Rossum as the creator of Python back in the late 1980s.
Wow, way back.
Yeah, and fun fact, the name actually comes from Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Really? I never knew that.
Huh. It's a cool little tidbit there.
Yeah, and I think that choice of name really reflects the intention behind Python from the beginning. To create a language that was approachable and even a bit fun to work with.
Right.
Van Rossum wanted to move away from like the complexity and obscurity of some other programming languages.
Right.
And make something that was easy to read and understand, almost like plain English.
Okay, so how did that focus on simplicity and clarity translate into Python's key features?
Well, one of the defining features of Python is its emphasis on readability.
Okay.
The syntax, which is basically the set of rules that govern how you write code, is designed to be clear and intuitive. And this makes a huge difference, especially for beginners.
Right.
Python code is often much easier to grasp than code written in other languages.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You don't want to be wrestling with cryptic symbols and confusing jargon when you're just starting out.
Exactly.
So readability is key.
Yes.
What else makes Python stand out?
Another important aspect is something called dynamic typing.
Okay.
Now, this might sound a bit technical,
Sure.
but it essentially means that Python is very flexible when it comes to handling different types of data.
Okay.
You don't have to explicitly define what type of data you're working with beforehand, as you do in some other languages.
Gotcha.
This makes Python fantastic for rapid prototyping. Quickly trying out different ideas and seeing what works without getting bogged down in strict rules.
So it's like being able to sketch out the broad strokes of your idea before getting into the fine details. That sounds really helpful, especially in the early stages of a project.
Exactly. And to add to Python's flexibility, it has incredible library support.
Okay.
Think of libraries as pre-built toolboxes filled with code modules and functions that you can use to accomplish specific tasks. Python has a massive ecosystem of these libraries.
Wow.
Covering everything from, data analysis and visualization to web development and machine learning.
Okay, hold on. Libraries, data analysis. I'm starting to feel like we're heading into some seriously techie territory here.
Well,
is Python mostly used for like data science and AI stuff?
Well, Python has definitely become a powerhouse in those fields.
Right.
It's important to remember that its versatility extends far beyond that.
Okay.
Let's take web development, for example.
Sure.
Python frameworks like Django and Flask are behind some of the websites and web applications we use every day.
Yeah.
Django is great for building larger, more complex projects.
Okay.
While Flask is known for its simplicity and flexibility, making it perfect for smaller applications.
So Python's got you covered no matter what.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whether you're crunching massive data sets or building a website. Yeah. But let's be realistic.
Sure.
No programming language is absolutely perfect, right?
Of course not.
Our sources do mention a few drawbacks of Python.
That's true.
What are some of those?
Well, while Python has many advantages, there are some trade-offs to consider. For example, Python can be slower than some other languages, especially for tasks that require, lightning-fast performance.
Right.
This is something to keep in mind if you're working on projects where speed is absolutely critical.
And I also noticed our sources mentioned memory management as a potential challenge, particularly when you're dealing with truly enormous data sets.
That's true. Is that right?
Yeah. Python's automatic memory management, while convenient, can sometimes lead to higher memory usage
compared
to languages where developers have more direct control over memory allocation.
So it sounds like there are definitely situations where other languages might be a better fit.
But overall, it seems like Python's advantages, especially its ease of learning and its versatility, make it a really appealing choice for a wide range of projects.
Absolutely.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, Python's ease of learning has made it a popular choice in educational settings.
Right.
It's often the first programming language students learn.
Yeah.
Which has helped create a large and supportive community of Python developers.
And that kind of community support can be really invaluable when you're learning something new, right?
Absolutely. Having a network of people to share knowledge, ask questions, and collaborate with can make a huge difference in your learning journey.
Yeah.
And Python's strong community is definitely a big part of its continued success.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground already.
Yeah, we have.
We've talked about Python's origins. It's focused on readability and flexibility. We've even touched on some of its strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
But I'm really curious to hear more about the real-world applications of Python.
Okay.
You mentioned data science and web development. But what else is Python being used for out there in the wild?
Oh.
This is where things get really interesting, right?
Oh, absolutely. And it's not just about what Python is being used for today, but what it's enabling us to do in the future.
Okay.
For example, Python is playing a crucial role in fields like artificial intelligence and machine learning, which are rapidly changing the way we interact with technology in the world around us.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
So how exactly is Python being used in those cutting-edge fields?
Yeah.
Let's dive into those details after a quick word from our sponsor.
Sounds good.
Don't go anywhere.
All right.
We'll be right back to explore the exciting world of Python in action.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
As we were saying, Python is making a real impact in areas like artificial intelligence and machine learning.
Yeah, it's exciting to see how this once niche language has become so central to these cutting-edge fields.
Right.
I'm eager to hear more about that. I know we briefly mentioned libraries earlier.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing they play a big role here.
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
Python's extensive library ecosystem is one of its greatest strengths.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to, AI and machine learning.
Yeah.
Libraries provide pre-built tools and functions that make it much easier to perform complex tasks without having to write everything from scratch.
So it's kind of like
For example,
okay.
NumPy is a powerful library for numerical computing, allowing you to efficiently handle large arrays and matrices of data.
So if I'm a researcher trying to analyze a huge data set to identify trends or patterns, NumPy would be a valuable tool.
Exactly. And once you've got your data organized and ready for analysis, Pandas comes into play.
Pandas, okay.
It's a library specifically designed for data manipulation and analysis.
Okay.
Making it easy to clean, transform, and explore your data.
Okay.
Think of it as a supercharged spreadsheet on steroids.
Okay, so NumPy and Pandas help us get the data ready.
Yeah.
What about actually building those intelligent algorithms and predictive models that everyone's talking about?
That's where libraries like scikit-learn come in.
Scikit-learn, okay.
It's a fantastic machine learning library
that
provides a wide range of algorithms for tasks like classification, regression, clustering, and more. Whether you're trying to build a spam filter that can identify, unwanted emails or a recommendation system that suggests products you might like.
Okay.
Scikit-learn has the tools you need to get started.
This is incredible. It sounds like Python is giving people the power to build some seriously impressive applications.
It really is.
Yeah.
And if you're interested in even more advanced applications like deep learning and neural networks, Python has you covered there too.
Wow.
Libraries like TensorFlow and PyTorch are leading the way in those fields, enabling the development of everything from self-driving cars to cutting-edge image recognition systems.
It's mind-blowing to think that Python is now powering such advanced technologies.
It really is.
It's like it went from this friendly, approachable language to the engine behind some of the most groundbreaking innovations of our time.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
It really highlights the incredible journey Python has taken.
Yeah.
And remember, we've only just scratched the surface of
Right.
Python's real-world applications.
Yeah.
Earlier, we touched on web development. And I think it's worth spending a little more time exploring how Python is used to build the websites and applications we interact with every day.
Absolutely. I remember you mentioned Django and Flask as key players in that space.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought, web development was all about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript.
Right.
Where does Python fit into that picture?
You're right. Those languages are essential for the front end of a website.
Okay.
The part that users see and interact with directly in their web browsers.
Right.
But behind the scenes, there's a lot of work going on to handle things like data storage, user authentication, security, and server-side logic.
Okay.
And that's where Python shines.
So Python is working behind the curtain to make sure everything runs smoothly.
Exactly. Python frameworks like Django and Flask provide developers with the tools they need to build robust and scalable web applications. Django, for instance, is known for its batteries included approach.
Batteries included.
Offering a comprehensive set of features for handling everything from database management to user authentication.
So it's like a one-stop shop for building complex web applications?
You could say that Flask, on the other hand, takes a more minimalist approach, providing a lightweight and flexible core that developers can then customize and extend with various plugins and libraries.
Okay.
It's often preferred for smaller projects or when developers need more control over the underlying architecture.
That makes sense. Different tools for different jobs, right?
Precisely. And Python's versatility extends even further.
Okay.
One of its lesser known but incredibly useful applications is in the field of automation and scripting.
Now, this is something that always intrigued me. I've heard people talk about using Python to automate tasks, but I have a hard time visualizing what that actually looks like.
Sure.
Can you give me an example?
Think of all those repetitive, time-consuming tasks you do on your computer.
Okay.
Things like sorting files, renaming images, or extracting data from spreadsheets.
Right.
Python can do all of that for you automatically.
Really?
With a few lines of code.
Wait, so I could write a Python script to, let's say, automatically resize a folder full of images for a website.
And it's not just about personal productivity.
Okay.
Businesses and IT professionals use Python for all sorts of automation tasks.
Right.
From managing system administration to automating data backups and deployments.
So Python can basically act as like a personal assistant in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's incredibly powerful.
That's really impressive.
Yeah.
So we've got Python handling complex data analysis. Right.
Powering websites and applications, and even acting as our personal assistant to automate those tedious tasks.
Exactly.
Is there anything this language can't do?
It's starting to seem that way. And remember when we talked about how Python's named after Monty Python's Flying Circus?
Yeah.
Well, believe it or not, Python can even be used to create games.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Are we talking about those massive, graphically intense games like the ones I see advertised everywhere?
Perhaps not those.
Okay.
While Python might not be the ideal choice for creating AAA game titles with complex 3D graphics. It's a fantastic tool for creating simpler games, educational games, and prototypes. There's a library called Pygame.
Pygame, okay.
That makes it relatively easy to get started with game development in Python.
Right.
And it's a great way
for aspiring game developers to to learn the fundamental concepts of game logic and design.
So Python can be a stepping stone into the world of game development.
It really is.
That's pretty amazing.
And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe one day we'll see a blockbuster game powered by Python.
Right.
The possibilities are endless.
Speaking of possibilities,
Yeah.
what about the future of Python itself?
Okay.
We've seen how versatile and powerful it is.
Right.
But where do you see this language heading in the years to come?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And one that has a lot of people in the tech world excited.
Right.
Python's popularity has exploded in recent years.
Yeah.
And there's no sign of it slowing down.
That's true.
But what's driving this continued growth?
Right.
And more importantly, what can we expect to see from Python in the future?
Yeah.
Let's explore those questions.
Yeah.
And what can we expect to see from Python in the future?
Okay, we're back and ready to delve into the future of Python.
Sounds good.
It really feels like this language is everywhere these days.
It does.
Do you think this is just a temporary surge in popularity, or is Python here to stay?
I think it's much more than just a passing trend.
Okay.
Python's popularity stems from its ability to tackle real-world problems.
Yeah.
In a way that's both powerful and accessible.
Right.
As fields like, AI, data science, and automation continue to grow,
right.
The demand for Python skills will only increase.
So are you saying Python is essentially future-proof?
I'd say it has all the right elements for lasting success.
Yeah.
It's a versatile language. It's constantly evolving and adapting, and it has a massive, passionate community driving its development.
Yeah.
Plus, it's increasingly being integrated into education, which means we'll have a steady stream of new Python developers entering the workforce.
It sounds like a self-perpetuating cycle of growth.
Exactly.
More people learn Python, more companies adopt it, and that creates even more demand for Python developers.
Precisely. And let's not forget about those amazing libraries we've been discussing.
Yeah.
They're a huge part of what makes Python so powerful and adaptable.
Right.
As new technologies emerge, you can be sure that new libraries will be created to support them.
Okay.
Further expanding Python's capabilities.
Okay. You've convinced me. Python is definitely here to stay.
Good.
But what are some of the specific areas where you see it making the biggest impact in the years to come?
Well, as we've already discussed, AI and machine learning are already being transformed by Python.
Right.
We're going to see even more sophisticated algorithms.
Okay.
Incredibly powerful predictive models and applications we haven't even dreamed of yet.
Can you give me an example? What kind of amazing applications are we talking about?
Imagine personalized medicine, where treatments are tailored to your unique genetic makeup.
Okay.
Or think about smart cities that optimize traffic flow and energy consumption in real time.
Wow.
Or even robots that can write their own Python code.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
Robots writing code. That's getting pretty meta, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
But it also gives us a glimpse into the incredible potential of AI.
Right.
And Python will likely be one of the key languages driving those advancements.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
But are there any areas where Python might struggle to keep up? Are there any potential challenges or limitations on the horizon?
That's an important question.
Yeah.
One area where Python has historically been less dominant is in mobile app development.
Okay.
While there are frameworks
that
allow you to use Python for mobile apps.
Right.
Other languages like Java, Kotlin, and Swift are still more common in that space.
So if I'm dreaming of creating the next viral mobile game sensation, Python might not be the best choice right now.
It might not be the most efficient route at the moment. However, technology is always evolving, and Python is constantly being improved and expanded.
Right.
Say never.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It all comes down to choosing the right tool for the job.
Right.
And based on what we've learned today, it seems like Python is the right tool for an awful lot of jobs.
Absolutely. And one of the most remarkable things about Python is its accessibility.
Yeah.
There are tons of resources available online.
Right.
Many of them free.
Right.
You don't need a fancy degree or years of experience to get started.
Yeah.
If you're interested in learning to code, Python is a fantastic place to begin.
So for anyone listening who's feeling inspired to dive into the world of programming, Python is a great starting point.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe you'll be the one building the next groundbreaking application.
Yeah, that's right.
Powered by this amazing language we've been exploring today.
Well, on that note of endless possibilities,
yeah,
I think we've reached the end of our deep dive into the world of Python.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
We've covered so much.
We have.
From its humble beginnings to its potential to shape the future.
What stands out to you as the most remarkable aspect of Python?
For me, it's the combination of power and approachability.
Okay.
It's a language that can be used to solve some of the world's most complex problems.
Right.
Yet it's also easy enough for a beginner to pick up and start creating.
Right.
That's a rare and incredibly valuable quality.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Hey.
And to all our listeners, I hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity about Python.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a versatile and powerful language to add to your skill set, Python is waiting.
That's right.
Who knows what incredible things you might build with it.
Exactly.
And until next time,
yeah.
happy coding, everyone.